Assalamu Alaikum and welcome back to my channel. My name is Layla and today we have Celine back here helping us out to talk about what this video is going to be about. I decided that I wanted to do a little 24-hour readathon for myself over this weekend because I have Friday off because of the holiday on Sunday. So because I have this day off, I'm actually going to go ahead and do a readathon from 12 p.m. today, Friday, until 12 p.m. tomorrow. That may give or take a couple hours depending on how my reading goes. It's kind of just a loose 24-hour window just to kind of get myself back into reading, and because I haven't really picked up anything, especially not off of my TBR, which is pretty typical for me. I apologize if you can hear the toys in the background. Apparently, filming time equals playtime. So I do have a couple hours. It is only about 10 o'clock right now, but I did want to sit down and do a quick introduction just to kind of talk about what my reading plans are for today and what I might pick up. Who knows? So in terms of reading, I only have 2 books that I absolutely want to try and pick up at least a little bit during this process, and that is The Gilded Wolves, and I'm about to show it to you upside down. And that is The Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chakshi. This is obviously still my TBR. I haven't picked it up since I last spoke to you about my June TBR, and I still want to read it. So I'm hoping to pick this back up. I'm considering just starting back from the beginning just because I'm not sure I remember everything in this book so far. So I kind of want to go back and make sure that I don't miss anything. So this is definitely on my radar. Also, I'd like to pick up The Stardust Thief by Halsey Abdullah. I do want to pick this up this month. I thought about rolling it over into July, but I figured I kind of really wanted to get to this more than a couple other things that are on my TBR. So this is the other book that I'm going to try and pick up and focus on during this video. You might see me set up my annotations, like a little sped up version of that, just because I do want to annotate this as well. I'm going to try and film a little bit of the process, but because it's like a kind of like lazy Friday sort of, well, not lazy because it's going to be productive, but because it's kind of going to be more laid back, I don't know how much filming I'm going to do, mainly because I don't tend to read in my hijab. So basically outside of reading, I just have some things around the house that I want to try and get done. So I've already started my laundry, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of writing today, so that might break up my reading a little bit. I did have a pretty early start to my day, so I managed to get to the gym and get a few other errands done before it got too hot, because it is going to get really, really hot here today. So here's hoping it's a perfect day to stay inside with some iced coffee and get some reading done with my kitty cats. Some other books that might be on my radar, I'm probably going to try and pick up like a manga or a graphic novel, just because that'll break up the fantasy that I'm reading. And then I also want to pick up, convenient that it was actually right there, Lady Killers. This is by Tori Telfer. Sorry if I'm butchering that. It's Lady Killers, Deadly Women Throughout History. I read The Five by Haley Rubenhold last year, and I actually found it really interesting, which is very rare for me. I don't actually usually do the whole true crime book, so I found this at Barnes & Noble and I thought it would be a good read. So I'm hoping to jump into this as well, just to kind of break up the fantasy heavy reading. And then I might pick up a romance novel here or there. I don't really know. It just depends on how I'm feeling as I go throughout the day. I'll check in later when the readathon actually starts at noon. So until then, I will see you later. I think I'm gonna start the readathon a little bit early because I've gone ahead and ordered lunch and it's gonna be here right on like the dot of noon. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I think I'm gonna start with the Gilded Wolves just because that's the book that I'm already technically started. And I'm going to try reading it for a little bit and see if I remember, or like see if my memory comes back from it. And if not, then I'll go back and read the beginning. So let's hang out. I'm also listening to Atiz's album. I think it's Zero Fever, the epilogue, that one. So I'm listening to that. So this will end up probably with some like music over so that you can kind of have something to listen to while I'm reading or while we're reading together. So if you want to grab a book and grab your cup of tea or coffee, whatever you prefer, I am now on my homemade coffee. And join me. That's what I'll be doing for the next like 30 minutes or so while I wait for lunch, and then I'll eat lunch, and then probably dive right back in. So let's get started. Oh, and I have my little sticky tabs too, so. So my lunch is here, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a break from reading really quickly. I'm on page 69, it looks like. So I've only read maybe like half a chapter or two, like the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. It's not right. So I've only read like half of a chapter, but everything's starting to come back a little bit, so I don't think I have to restart. So I'm just gonna take a quick lunch break, catch up, and hopefully check on my video that's supposed to be going up. It's supposed to go up 2 days ago, but it's been taking forever to try and get it to upload and edit. So hopefully that one can get uploaded, and then I will get back to reading. So see you in a few. After a Nami lunch, we're back. So I'm gonna jump right back into that. My video is only 47% uploaded, which means it's gonna take forever to get uploaded. So hopefully it gets up to you today. So it's perfect because I'm reading and I don't need my laptop, but hey. So I don't really have too many thoughts since I didn't read that much of it, that much more of it. But I really do like Roshni Takshi's writing. Her writing is so beautiful, and like she interweaves history into the kind of like world building that she's doing so effortlessly, and I think it's really, really well done. So I can't wait to get to the rest of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump back over now. And of course, I'm still drinking the coffee. Assalamu Alaikum and good morning. We are now on day 2 of the 24-hour readathon. Last night I read pretty much nothing. I got to page, 184 in the Gilded Wolves. I'm still reading that, but I haven't really read too much. Last night turned into more of a writing session, so I ended up writing about 3,000 words. So I'm not going to be mad, but I'm hoping to try and get some more reading done this morning. It is about 7:30, so I'm hoping to have a little bit of time to do that. I know my readathon was supposed to go until noon. It's probably going to go a little bit later. I do have something I have to do this afternoon, so probably around 1 is when I'm going to cut myself off from reading. But I'm going to go ahead and jump back into that now, so I can hopefully get a little bit further into this book. So I'm going to do this update from my car because I do actually have to run to my next appointment. So I'm kind of going to wrap up the fact that I was reading for 24 hours, give or take, in the time that I was writing, right about now. So I only finished one book, and that was The Gilded Wolves. I am an emotional wreck after finishing that book. I definitely had a lot of feelings. I loved the characters. I loved the world building. I thought it was so well done, and I am still thinking about it even an hour later. So I definitely really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend picking it up. I definitely laughed, cried, had all of the emotions, and it's been a while. I think Gallant was the last book that I cried with. So it's been a little bit since I've managed to get that emotional over a book. But I really, really enjoyed it, and I definitely recommend picking it up. I obviously gave it 5 stars. The writing style was absolutely gorgeous. I love the way Chakshi writes. I think it's so beautiful. I even annotated at one point that I wish I had that ability to kind of write in such a beautiful lyrical way. I don't necessarily think lyrical is the right way to describe it, but it's so beautifully done and beautifully crafted, and I absolutely adored it. So those are kind of my thoughts in a nutshell. Like I said, I am going to wrap the video here because I do have to run, and I'm doing this from my car. So apparently my neighbors are very intrigued by the fact that I'm talking to myself in my car. So I actually am going to run. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye!